Welcome to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette, with your host Steve Garrett, MC and DJ at one of the largest Corvette weekends in the country, Corvette Fun Fest, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 40 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google" or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. Be sure and visit the updated Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can also access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join the Corvette Today Facebook group there and sign up for Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at corvettetoday.ck.page. And if you like YouTube, you can subscribe to the Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube. And be sure and patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. And Soul Performance Products. Developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 different unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvettes. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit aerolarri.com, that's AEROLARRI.com, and use the promo code CT111 for your $100 discount. And a shout out to Corvette Forum and CanadianCorvetteForum.com, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. My guests on Corvette Today are return guests. You heard them on episode number 118 in July of 2021. From Michelin, I have with me engineer Lee Willard and Dr. Jeff Anderson, the product development engineer. Guys, it's great to have you back on Corvette Today.
Hey, Steve, it's great to be back here with you, too. It was fun last time, and we're going to make it fun again this time. Can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an honor to be here.
Buddy, it's great to have both of you here. 2 years is too long to be away from the show. But what we're going to do is talk about tires for the Z06 and the E-Ray because they're all brand new. Now, guys, we have 2 new tires available for the C8 Z06. We've got the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S and also the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires. Let's outline both of those tires and talk about the differences. And this way we can inform potential owners and they'll know what they want to get depending on what they order for their Z06.
Yeah, Steve, this is a great question and a great chance to talk about the new tires that we're pulling out for the Z06 and Z07 track package. They're 2 great tires with a lot of race technology and transfer from track to street in these tires, and taking everything that we did on the C8 development on the base and Z51 and really cranking that up to a big level. Both of them have compounds inspired from our technology on the racetrack and things we do there. And the PS4S is more tailored toward an all-around experience. You can bring it to a racetrack, get great lap times, drive it around on the street, bring it out in the wet. It's a great all-around tire. It'll wear good. It won't be too noisy. It makes for a great driving experience. You want to get more tuned into track-only type of work? The Cup 2 is the tire for you. It's ultimately just focused on lap time and grip. It delivers in a big way, we think. And it's really the ultimate experience on track. It definitely will deliver tons of grip and a big smile on your face. It's a lot of fun for sure.
Oh, yeah. The testing that we've done with GM over the years, we found that, it's really close to the race car. Basically, if you talk to some of the drivers, Tommy Milner, et cetera, that have driven the PS Cup 2Rs, they get more and more of that race car feel. Each of these tires both share 4 principal technologies that are first used with Corvette. Our wavy belt package, so we have profile belts that allow the ribs to be more rigid, deliver better cornering force. As Jeff said, we have multiple tread compounds on there, so we have the right tread compound in the right place to give the best overall performance on the focus for the particular tire. Track and street. They are run flat, both, as well with asymmetric sidewalls, and we also have a very special cap ply with tension tuning in it.
Guys, I find all this technology so fascinating. Tell me, when did you start working with Chevrolet on the development of these 2 tires? What were the guidelines that they set forth for this car and this tire?
First of all, we started working on these tires over a decade ago. Is right when the C7 came out, we were already thinking about and working on the C8 because of the huge change in configuration going from a front engine to a mid-engine car. So, Jeff, you were back in middle school back then? Or no, Jeff was working on his PhD back then. And in between doing his homework sets and writing his thesis, he was already working on that. So you're talking about 2012 when we started to work on this. And we had extremely ambitious stretch goals. We wanted to really knock this out of the ballpark in every realm of performance and not only hit a home run, but bases loaded home run on everything.
And the big thing back in the early days was making sure we get the right tire sizes for this vehicle and what would work great on this mid-engine supercar that Chevrolet has brought us. We spent a lot of time, a ton of computer simulations, looking at different sizes and trying to find what would work the best. When it comes to this car, we kind of look at the bookends and we're starting to talk Z06, Z07 here. How far can we push the envelope and get great performance out of? So it's a lot of that work that kind of led to these tires that we're talking about today.
I find it truly amazing that you started development of these tires maybe 10, 11 years ago. How long does it take to fully develop each of these tires?
Well, we have a philosophy working with our teammates at GM that we go for the stars and we keep on improving all the way to the end. We had a full decade of pushing the performances. And, it's a marriage of not only the tire design as well as the vehicle design evolves and performances change and improve on the vehicle with the engine, the powertrain, the system, stability, control, ABS systems, all those systems integrated together, we evolve the tire design. So it's very much a marriage of development of 2 products for one super product, one super vehicle. We usually did about 4 or 5 joint tests a year. And in between every one of those joint tests where we look at new tire designs, GM would be pushing the performance of the vehicle systems as well as us pushing the performance of the tire systems at our home research offices.
Guys, both of these tires are run flats or summer only tires, and correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, but that's of great benefit for performance on the Z06, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. What we do is over the decades of run flat tire technology, we've evolved different from our competition, but we have really focused on using the run flat design components in our Corvette tires to improve handling, to improve steering response, to improve lap time. Those are characteristics of tire performance that you can use every day, whether it's a windy, curvy road or coming to an emergency stop because something runs in front of you, or going to a track like Spring Mountain or VIR, Road Atlanta, wherever your local track is. So we really focus on getting the benefits that you can use all the time, as well as providing a little bit of safety and security, 50 miles per hour, in the event that you have a flat tire. Another thing that we did with our run flat tires with these first wide body Corvettes is we've incorporated aramid carcass. Aramid is the lightest, strongest material that you can use, textile material. It's in bulletproof vests. We now have hybrid aramid carcasses in our Corvette run flat tires, which is unique in the market. Never been done before. So you have even more resistance to road hazard. If you accidentally hit a pothole or a big joint in the pavement or a curb, your very short sidewall Corvette tire is going to be way more, up to 50% more resistant to carcass rupture from some kind of big impact like that. So another usage of run flat to help in general driving conditions.
That's really cool. I didn't know that. That's good information. And it leads me right into my next question, guys. I get this question asked a lot. If a Z06 owner wants to go with non-run flats, what Michelin tire do you recommend for the Z06?
That's a good question. And I think it goes back to what Lee was kind of laying out there. The run flat insert really does a whole lot more than just run flat and extended mobility. For us, it brings so much handling to the table, grip opportunity, and just overall ride and how the car is tuned. So the dynamic response of the shocks are tuned into that. Mike Hurley at GM spends a lot of time in the car on every iteration we do on the tires, making sure it's well matched to what the tire is doing in terms of stiffness and what we're able to do. And like Lee mentioned, that these are asymmetric run flat sidewalls. So we spend a lot of time tuning each sidewall individually to still give comfort and grip and be able to break that compromise of a really harsh ride that the old run flats tended to have. I really would highly recommend run flat tires that are OE. And if you get a Michelin run flat tire in these sizes, they're made for the Corvette, including our new all-season tire.
Very cool. Well, guys, let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about Z06 tires, and we're also going to talk about E-Ray tires. That's coming up next on Corvette Today.
We all know that wheels make the car. Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome will take your Corvette to new levels. And it comes with a 5-year warranty. Durability is a defining feature of the Wheelcraft finish. Their PVD chrome is superior to traditional chrome, with a finish that is brake dust resistant and cleans effortlessly with soap and water. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchange for select C4 through C8 models, or they can apply the PVD finish to your current wheels. No matter what generation you own, Wheelcraft will transform the look of your Corvette. With every Corvette comes a unique story, and Wheelcraft has embraced this idea. When you purchase your new set of wheels, you receive a lifetime membership to the Wheelcraft Pit Crew, granting you access to your own page on Wheelcraft's website, where you can post pictures and tell your Corvette story. Visit our website at wheelcraft.com or call 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
What makes Showcase so convenient is the ability to put this thing up in literally 10 minutes. And then if you want to move it, it's very easy to take down and move it to another location, move it somewhere else in your garage. And within 15 minutes of unboxing it, you've got your car inside and protected. If you want the best in class protection, get a Showcase by Car Capsule, the most awarded protection on the planet.
The Radiator Grill Store offers C8 Corvette A-pillar wind diffusers in beautiful carbon fiber or OEM gloss black that help reduce wind buffeting when a window is open. Easy installation and OEM fitment. Plus, get 10% off your total purchase with the promo code CT10 at radiatorgrillstore.com.
Are you ready to take your Corvette to the next level? Look no further than Classic Trim Customs. As the #1 supplier for American hydrocarbon, we've manufactured some of the most impressive Corvette parts on the market, from engine bay panels to splitters and side skirts. With over 30 years of experience in hydrographics, we've perfected the technique and use only state-of-the-art materials and equipment to ensure the highest quality and precision. Visit our website at classictrimcustoms.com or give us a call at 305-258-3090 to learn more about our products and services. Whether you want to create a show-stopping ride or just add a touch of personalization, the sky is the limit with Classic Trim Customs. Let us help you create the Corvette of your dreams.
And now, back to the only current podcast on Corvettes, Corvette Today, with your host, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Car show season is here, and you want your Corvette looking its best. Dress it up with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you get a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me from Michelin is engineer Lee Willard and Dr. Jeff Anderson. In the second segment, we're going to talk more about tires for the Z06, and we're also going to venture into tires for the E-Ray coming up. Guys, these are really wide tires for the Z06, and I love it because they're getting into Lamborghini wide tires. Let's talk about that width of the tire and the hurdles you had to overcome the development of this large size tire.
Yeah, the new all-season tire on the E-Ray is the widest all-season tire that I know of in existence, so it's super exciting to work on. Balances a lot of things from snow, noise, gives you 1G of handling. It's a pretty dang incredible tire, and I feel like we really pushed the envelope on this thing. Just remember working with all these great drivers like Steve Padilla and Cody Buckley that was on last week, seeing them as snow flurries driving the MRC and coming back with big smiles on their face. It was an awesome experience to get to be a part of that and see what these things are capable of, not just out in the snow and on the road, but on the racetrack as well. It was really cool.
And when Jeff says driving with snow flurries, they were driving real fast. It was just like a summer track day on all-season tires. There wasn't snow on the track. It was just cold and snow flurries, and they were going fast.
That had to be amazing. I would have loved to have seen that. That would be really, really cool. Now, guys, explain to us, what Michelin tires do you get when you order the Z06, and what tires do you get when you order the Z06 with the Z07 package? And tell us why they come with different tires.
Sure. The regular Z06 is definitely geared toward more of a grand touring. It comes with the PS4S ZP. And like I said in the beginning, it's just a great all-around tire that'll deliver both great ultimate grip, good handling, and good road characteristics. If you step up and get the Z07 track package, it is laser focused on doing that very well. And it comes with the PS Cup 2R ZPs and is tailored toward giving you that ultimate lap time experience.
Guys, that's fantastic. Is there any final thoughts we want to talk about on the Z06 tires before we get into E-Ray?
Yeah, the Z06 was a heck of a fun car to help develop and be a part of. Amazing guys like Brian Wallace and Aaron Link who really developed an ultimate machine here. And I think it really shows well, the track record at CTMP, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, when Ron Fellows set that and beat the Porsche GT2. That was so exciting to be a part of, and such an amazing car to set a great track record like that.
That's really cool. Let's get into the E-Ray tires now, guys. This is a brand new tire for E-Ray. This is the Pilot Sport All-Season 4+ tire. How long did it take to develop this tire for the E-Ray, and what were the guidelines that Chevrolet set forth for this tire for the 4+?
This tire was in development for quite a while, like I mentioned in the last segment. It was a lot of iterations, like Lee said. The project's never really done. It's just constant iterations to keep working on different performances. As the car evolves, so does the tire, and we keep going back to the drawing board and making slight tweaks and iterations. Like I mentioned, we concentrated on a few different things, compounds bringing a lot to the table. I mentioned in the last segment, we had 4 specific compounds on this tire. We have 2 dedicated to all-season driving. We have 1 dedicated to summer driving, which we derive a lot of grip and handling from, and 1 drives specifically for winter handling, which gives us that little bit of snow that we need for this tire to be acceptable in that. Where you put these on a tire is very important and affects the handling very, very strongly. So we spent a lot of time orienting these compounds in the right places to deliver that great performance.
Yeah, stiffness, grip for the particular temperature window the tires were operating in, whether it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit in the heat of the summer or 18 degrees Fahrenheit in the cold of the winter. Put the compounds in the right place to work the best there. We were looking at these tires almost at the same time we were looking at the Z06 and Z07 tires over a decade. And I will give our young Corvette extraordinaire tire designer, Jeff, some credit here. I did the Pilot Sport All-Season 4s for the standard Stingray, and he beat me by 10% in snow traction. Way to go, Jeff. You show up the old man.
Oh, man, I don't know about that. Technology came in the right time.
There you go. There you go. Well, guys, let's take our final break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the E-Ray tires, the Michelin All-Season 4+ tires. That's coming up next on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With agreed value protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
VetFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25, and every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada, and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
Hey, honey, are you awake?
I am now.
I can't sleep. Since turning 50, I keep dreaming of a red door and a blue door, somehow knowing there are only choices for retirement.
Okay.
Through the red door, we outlive our money. We have to rely on our kids. We're stuck on a fixed income. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that would suck.
But through the blue door, our money outlives us. We retire on our terms. Our kids stay our kids, not our caretakers. We make work optional.
Yes, that's much better. That's what I want too. But what do we do?
We call True Wealth & Company at 913-653-8783. They specialize in helping successful people make work optional. They're our fiduciary Blue Door personal wealth managers.
Hey, where are you going? It's 3 a.m.
I can't sleep. I'm going to check out True Wealth & Company online at retirewithtrue.com. That Blue Door is going to be our retirement.
913-653-8783. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Investment advice offered through True Wealth & Company, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Kansas.
And now, back to Corvette Today with your host and my husband, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks once again for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Car show season is here, and you want your Corvette looking its best. Dress it up with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you get a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me are the guys from Michelin, engineer Lee Willard and Dr. Jeff Anderson. In this third and final segment, we're going to finish up our thoughts on the new E-Ray tire. Guys, in the second segment, we talked more about the time needed to develop this tire. Outline for me some of the groundbreaking design elements of the tire, and this is really important. You use some recycled rubber in the tire as well. Isn't that correct?
Yes, thanks, Steve. We do use recycled rubber in this tire for one of the compounds in it. And that was a big deal for Michelin. Our vision going forward and sustainability is something that we take very seriously. And this is our first foray into an ultra high performance tire by putting recycled rubber in the compound. Sometimes it has a connotation of worse performance, but I'll let you know we shot out tens of different compounds for this particular performance. And the one that's in the tire was hands down the best compound for what we needed it to do.
Wow.
So not only did we get recycled rubber in the tire, we got it while delivering performance. So it was a really cool feature to have in this.
Very cool. Now, there are alternative tires from Michelin for the E-Ray, because when you order the ZER package, you get a different tire. Isn't that correct, guys?
Yeah, that's correct. The ZER package on the E-Ray incorporates the summer tire from the Z06. So what you find is you get exactly the PS4 SZP that's on the Z06. And it is the same tire on the Z06 as on the E-Ray. Same design, same compounds, same performance benefits. The Z06 tire worked really great with the E-Ray because it's already designed for a really powerful internal combustion engine car capable of really high braking and acceleration torque. So the transfer or crossover of the summer tires from the Z06 to the ZER package on the E-Ray worked really well. I tell you, Steve, the E-Ray has some very sophisticated systems. When you're talking about the capability for regen combined with stability control, ABS systems, four-wheel drive, torque vectoring, all these systems can be synchronized together to give the vehicle some very incredible handling characteristics to help the race driver, to help the sporty person, or even just somebody that wants to have a better feel for handling. And all these systems are optimized and programmed to be controlled around the tires, either the Pilot Sport All Season 4 Plus or the Pilot Sport 4S ZP. They're all optimized for that tire.
I can't wait to drive the car, and I want to try it in inclement weather. That sounds like so much fun, guys. And also, these are larger tires. It's 20 inches in the front and 21 in the rear. What prompted that upgrade in traditional Corvette tire size? Because we're used to 19s in the front and 20s in the rear.
Yeah, this goes way back to our early sizing studies and looking at the effects of dimension. One of the things we studied very heavily was diameter and its effect on grip and everything else. And what you have is a larger OD tire. It's able to roll into contact easier than a smaller OD tire. There's more deformation that it takes to go from a round tire into that flat contact patch. So that brings a lot to the table for us in terms of grip and how the car handles. So it's definitely a win-win. And like I mentioned, shooting out hundreds of different dimensions, trying to pick the right one for this car and using a lot of computer-aided simulation to do that.
Jeff has some really nice 3D graphs that explain all the physics of tire sizing. So you have to look at a 3D graph on a 2D computer screen just to understand the physics going on here. But it's really interesting and great work. I think is cutting edge of what we do in the automotive industry.
Definitely. Now, the E-Ray is an all-wheel drive car. How did that factor into the development of these tires for that car?
For sure. First time we're getting all-wheel drive capability on a Corvette. It was exciting to see that come into the picture because the real early cars didn't have that. And as they started coming in, that content, it started bringing so much performance to the table. Basically, now the tires got to drive, brake, and steer. So there's considerations in how you lay things out to make sure that's optimized. And one of the big things that are really important to me is that 0 to 60 time was incredible and done on all-season tires. Super exciting, and it's a blast.
Yeah, that's a great point. 0 to 60 is 2.5 or something. Yeah, on an all-season tire on a four-wheel drive hybrid Corvette. Pretty incredible.
That is incredible. Now, guys, we talked about this on our first Michelin show on Corvette Today a couple years ago, but let's talk about it again. Talk about how the optional carbon fiber wheels factored into the development of these Michelin tires for the Z06 and the E-Ray.
Carbon fiber wheels have come a long way. It's awesome to see what these Carbon Revolution guys are doing as far as getting such a great structure onto the car. When you go to the carbon wheel, you're saving a ton of weight. It's all inertial weight. It's rotating with the car.
You're also saving my back when I'm loading mounted tire and wheel systems. It's, oh, God, I like the carbons a lot better when we're doing tests.
Oh, yeah. You notice it when you go to pick them up for sure. But that translates all that weight savings. Every time you're accelerating and braking, you're not having to spin up all that extra inertia. So right there, you end up getting performance benefits for it. And the other thing it really brings is stiffness in the right places. These are much stiffer wheels and telegraph what the tire is doing back to the driver in a more effective manner. So it's definitely seems like a win-win for everybody.
That's cool. I picked up one of those tires at the Z06 reveal. Taj Juchter had me pick one up, and there was nothing. It weighed nothing in my hand. It was truly amazing. And I know it's 41 pounds of unsprung weight when you put a set of those on a Z06, so that's really pretty cool. Guys, any final thoughts on these tires from Michelin for the Z06 and the E-Ray?
I was just going to say lap time analysis. If you go with Jeff and he's got his computer out and you look at the carbon fiber wheels with the PS Cup 2Rs, every corner on the track, you see the car going a little bit faster, a little bit farther, and decreasing the overall lap time. So it's a really demonstrative graph to look at. Carbon fiber wheels versus alloy wheels, and you gain at any moment that you're braking or accelerating.
That's cool. Lee Willard, Dr. Jeff Anderson from Michelin, thank you so much for being back on Corvette Today. It's always fun having you guys on the show.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having us, Steve.
Really enjoyed it, Steve. Anytime.
Thanks for listening to Corvette Today, and please be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today podcast. And thanks to our sponsors. Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-840-5334. Soul Performance Products at soulpp.com, the official exhaust of Corvette Today. True Wealth & Company at retirewithtrue.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the new promo code CT111 at aerolarri.com. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at chevyusa.com.
You've been listening to Corvette Today with Steve Garrett. If you'd like to contact Steve with any thoughts on the podcast or ideas for guests on Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. Or connect with Steve on social media on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using @SteveGarrettDJ. Thanks again for listening to Corvette Today.